type of occupation really, but I specifically speak about the Middle East and two countries within. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what you would call this, a poem or a spoken word, whatever you would call it, but it's just me expressing my emotions on recent events that happened. And it was two poems, so I combined them just an hour ago, so hope you guys enjoy it. How do you plant a tree? How can you make a dream be? Is this all of life that I will see? What has your aid done to me? If I still live in distress without food, water, or electricity? This sounds familiar to me because the same things happen, be it Africa, South America, Asia, or Europe. But I want to speak about the Middle East. I've never known how losing a life felt until I was the victim. The soldiers shot all their ammunition in the streets of Hebron, leaving Muhammad on the floor dying from the assumption that he had a fake gun. Brother Islam said as he ran to him. In the midst of the rubble and smoke, he could not see anything but his brother's eye wide open. His brother said while laying there barely breathing, motionless with a full voice, "Don't worry, Islam, Allah is with me, and in heaven we will rejoice. Tell mom and dad I love them, and to my siblings Allah will always be with them. But for me, do not worry, Islam. I will leave this tira, dying while saying, Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah." And he died away smiling while his brother wept on his wounded head. At least Muhammad died a true martyr in his own land. He did not get to reach his family to celebrate his 17th birthday of living in distress. Now the celebration is about Muhammad pursuing true jihad, not the jihad that they describe on your local TV, but the one when the enemy shoots the victim 2 times, a shot in the body, another in the head. As I lay there, rubbing rubber gunless, thinking about my young future and what life will be like for others when I'm dead. However, I am fine now that I know that the day of my birthday, the greatest gift I received is a ticket to heaven from the West Bank. Reading about Muhammad just opened my eyes, you see. This was all a replay. It was just a dream. As I experienced it, I was struck by its reality. I ended up alive at a hospital. Everyone who was by my side was my family, especially Islam. They were all weeping and crying, and as soon as I woke up from the dream, they were struck with joy. The same joy Muhammad got up when he was dying. It was serious because he was happy. Almost like he was never shot in the chest and there was no blood on his body. In my dream, I got up and I felt like nothing happened. The only thing I really worried about was how the dream felt. Like I would miss my finals if I didn't wake up from this tragedy. It made me realize that these people do not have finals as their daily worries. They do not live the average lifestyle, so fast-paced and in a hurry, where people get mad at times when they miss a class or their favorite TV series. Not that this is not the life they live. They have missing family members, a land that was stolen from them, a dismantled hope, missing sons, daughters, cousins, families, mothers, fathers, but they know where they all went because their faith in God is #1, so no worries. As I lay there dying in my dream, I am telling you, I sensed myself smiling. I knew everything I did was right. While all my friends were probably partying, I realized that this is a damn really good night in my dream. As I woke up in real life, I could not help but cry. I guarantee you would have felt the same way if you saw your sister or brother lay there and die. That is the untold story of Muhammad Ziad Awad Salmani. Now I need to speak about Syria. Violence almost close to the second civil war in Liberia. Children on the ground, trucks literally passing them, as the mothers hold up their son to seek medical attention for an injury a few inches from his brainstem. Maybe it is time for a calling to wake up for Syria. How many more deaths till Assad's regime is overthrown, so that people can live in peace in Hurriya? But for now, the sirens of the ambulance is all you can hear in the streets of Halfaya. You see the videos on YouTube, it will give you hysteria. Maybe that will make you tell your local government to tell the people of Assad to stop dropping bombs over in Syria, but not to be silent of the oppositions, because any crime is a crime no matter what your position. So consider this a heads up in me expressing my emotions. We have the power to stop the violence if we stand up for a good purpose. And through my tears, I hope my hurt travels endlessly, from the Atlantic Ocean all around the world to the Red Sea. Despite all this, motherland, you will be free. You is where I get my originality. Trust me, as long as I am alive, I will always fight for justice in human life in a land where you fight for oil, stolen land, and properties. So I ask you, how do you plant a tree? If the occupier has cut off all the water down every single day, how can a dream be if my dreams is nothing but illusions to my reality? Is this all of life that I would see? And lastly, when will I be free? Thank you.